Hello everyone, welcome to another live watch party. Welcome everyone, come on in. There has been some news. Shamoon is Shamoon is as cool as the moon. Okay. Shamoon Cobra Kai Nation. Apparently he has some fans. Hello, Jack. Thank you for coming in. Is coming. Yes. Season 6 is coming. Did you guys see my video? Because not many people apparently saw it. I don't know. Let me look. Let me show you. Oh, I didn't. Oh shoot! I gotta put this up on the channel. Okay. Let me show you guys just something. Just to make sure you. You know what? Yeah. Hold on. Yeah. Hold on. I'm gonna try to fix something. You saw the video, but still can't wait. Yeah, because I was gonna say, there is a, we essentially have a confirmation that there's gonna be a new video. So, shoot, so much stupid stuff. Okay, I can't make it. I'll figure it out later. But yeah, there's. Hurwitz said there will be more Cobra Kai, and that's the key line, right? There will be more Cobra Kai. The wait may be a little bit longer than we wanted, right? So those are like the two main points that he said, and I have a video on that. So it's coming. It just is going to be a little while. They're working on Obliterated right now, so it's just going to take a little bit of time. Alvin, thank you, Alvin, for coming in. New to the channel. Let's hold off for this for a second here. Yeah, thank you. Check out the recent videos, especially. There's going to be a lot of stuff coming. So we got the season 5 review and analysis, and then there is some season 6 news too. So you don't want to miss that. Hayden also said, yeah, they've kind of like been walking this line because like Netflix hasn't officially announced anything, but they're like, oh, we're intending for it to go on. Just they can't announce it because they got to wait for Netflix to decide. But it does seem pretty confirmed that there will be more Cobra Kai. They said that straight up. So there will be more Cobra Kai. It's just a question of when. They're working on another show now. That wraps apparently in November, give or take, and then they got post-production for that. It's the first season of a show, so just like a lot of times like post-production and whatever on a first season is a little bit more involved, just because there's a lot more decisions that have to be made in terms of style and editing and like the music and sound and all of it. So it's not to say that they can't like start the writer's room on Cobra Kai and kind of run them concurrently. Maybe they can, but definitely it would be a little bit more for them. That's actually a question worth asking now that I'm thinking about it. Do you think you can run the writer's room for Cobra Kai season 6 concurrently with Obliterated post-production? That's a question worth asking. Maybe we should just ask it. The December for release. Yeah, December at the earliest, I would say. Like I said, it depends on when they can get that out, They have to write the season first. They like to be very involved in it. So Kreese is going to do some. I don't know about that. Like I suspect the kid doesn't come in season 6 anyway. Like I think maybe that's a season 7 because I think season 6 is like they get married and stuff. It depends on the timeline and stuff, obviously. At least 2 more. Yeah, that's kind of what I've been thinking for a while. At least 2 more seasons. They've always said they hoped for at least 6. But like the way things are set up, I think like they used to say hope for at least 6, at least. But in the back of their heads, maybe they had ideas for like 7. When are they going to start writing season 6? Yeah, that's the big question because, he said not until they wrap Obliterated. They're in production right now on the other show, Obliterated, which is another Netflix show. And that's going to wrap in November, apparently, is the word we have. So Obliterated wraps in November. So it's not going to be at least until November do they start the writing process. And that's the writer's room is at least maybe a couple months, give or take. If they move fast, and then like they start the writer's room in November, maybe they can be in production in February or March, if they're really, really pushing it. That would mean like they're basically writing Cobra Kai in pre-production of Cobra Kai and in post-production on Obliterated at the same time. It'd be a lot of work for them. Maybe they can get season 6 out at the end of the year, next year, 2023. How many seasons? I'm thinking probably 7. They had said for years, we hope for at least 6. They never said it would be 6. They always worded it as we're hoping for at least 6, which to me is, in the back of their minds, we can do this in 6, but maybe they had ideas to go further. And if Netflix is giving them opportunity, yeah, I think maybe like 7 sounds right. Like I can see where the show is now. I can see maybe 2 more seasons worth of stuff. The kid will be a target. Who's going to target it? Like, Kreese doesn't go after babies. Like, where do you guys get that? Like, Kreese is just going to attack a baby? I mean, Kreese does a lot of things, but he doesn't do that. It seems likely it'll be a girl. We'll discuss more. Just because, like, Johnny's so convinced it's a boy. So, of course it'll be a girl. Plus, I think like it's a way, Johnny has a boy and a girl, Daniel has a boy and a girl. They're kind of like similar like that. I have a theory that Johnny is so manly he can only father boys. Like I like that theory, but it probably won't be. They have been to what were they? Liverpool. Some of them went to Liverpool. I don't know where in Europe you live, Johnny Lawrence. But if you can get to the UK, unfortunately that's past now. So they were in Liverpool, but they do get to Europe on occasion. So I understand. It's hard. Believe me, even if you're in the United States, it's not like necessarily easy because like they're doing so many events in Los Angeles. Well, it's like if you don't live in Southwest United States or something, you're going to have to hop a plane to get there. It's like, so yeah, I mean, that's just reality, but I'll keep your eyes open. Because they do cons in Europe, and hopefully now that all that COVID stuff is kind of moving on, so there's more stuff going on. So just keep your eye open. You may have to wait a little time, but come on. The Sakai Takai is season 6. Yeah, I don't know. Is this gonna be like the end Sakai, like the final of the show, or season 6? I think it's gonna be season 6. In fact, especially if you saw my video, which not enough of you did, about Joe Esposito. I need to get that up there. Joe Esposito talked about writing a song for Johnny. As like a counter to You're the Best Around, but it's from Johnny's perspective. And he said they were thinking about it for season 6. Maybe that's where it goes. At the Sakai Takai. Barnes trained the Miyagi Figs. That could be cool. That could be cool. Tory was emphatic about not being a traitor to Cobra Kai. Just trying to get Silver out of the picture. Do you think she'll stay with Kreese, or is she mad at him? Yeah, Brianna, that's like a good question going forward. What is Tori's relationship with Kreese? As I pointed out, she did seem upset at him, but like the thing is, like, Kreese was like telling her literally, you focus on you do what's the best for you. But like she felt like, no, I was doing all this for you, and then he's trying to do the best for you. I would like to see them still a little loyalty, both ways. That she still is loyal to him. She feels like she was doing a lot, and then he just dropped the plan, even though, we, the audience, know why. He felt like it was a lost cause and he had to do something different. But like, even at least from Kreese's point of view, to the end, he was trying to do the best for Tori and just told her, you do what's best for you. So I hope there's at least a little loyalty going both ways. I hope it's not as absolute. I don't know, for what it's worth. I always thought Robbie didn't like Silver, but is like Robbie mad at Kreese? I don't think Kreese was horrible to Robbie. I guess that they try to put it like he was told Robbie to really hit Kenny in the tournament, but even Kenny didn't think that was a bad thing. And I don't know, is that going to make Robbie turn away from Kreese? Even though Kreese manipulated Robbie in other ways. But I don't know. But we'll see how they play it in season 6. With Kreese being a fugitive, it is a big question. Thank you, Bobby, for the chat. Season 6, May or June 24. Well, yeah, I hope it's not that long. But we have to realize it at least is possible. It depends on, the work they do, what they can do. What John, Josh, and Hayden said in the interview, John said there will be more Cobra Kai, but they were talking a little bit about how they want to be able to dedicate themselves. They don't want to half-ass anything, and they were talking how it's convenient because it's both Sony and Netflix. So since they're working with the same company, they don't have to like justify it to like another company. And I don't know, were they talking about that in relation to, well, it may be a little while, or how long is it going to be? And it does seem like, they're talking about that as in, we need to dedicate ourselves to that. And I think a question worth asking, like I said earlier, are they capable of doing post of Obliterated at the same time as a writer's room of Cobra Kai? So, because that would be splitting duties, going two ways. I think maybe. Luckily, there's 3 of them, so they can always split up. Like one's looking at the Obliterated stuff, while another's in the writer's room. But yeah, it it also depends on what Netflix wants. So some people may not have known, like, why did season 5 come out right now? So apparently the decision for September 2022 for season 5 was made early last summer. Netflix is looking at the schedule like a year ahead. They're planning this all out. So apparently over a year ago, Netflix was looking at their schedule and said, we want Cobra Kai in this spot, September 2022. You guys need to get into production. You need to get into production. See, it had nothing to do with Blue Beetle. It had nothing to do with that. It was Netflix looking to fill a hole in their schedule. So Netflix had them get started really fast and early on season 5, when they had intended to go into production on Obliterated. But basically Netflix said, no, hold off on Obliterated, do season 5 instead. So they were going to work on Obliterated essentially last year, but they did season 5 instead. And now they're doing Obliterated right now. Most overprotective dad. Probably, yeah. Even in the nursery, she's going to be kicking butt. To baby Laura. You think the name's Laura? Yeah, that's a very good name. Let's see. I am behind on chat. Let me try and catch up. What are your rankings for each season? Season 1 is still special for me, so I'm putting it at 15423. But on some level, man, ranking seasons is a little worthless because each season has just like amazing moments, just amazing stuff. And something I said, one thing I've observed is when you talk to different fans, you get completely different rankings. People rank things differently. And that's actually a really good sign. It's a sign that the show is very consistent, because, just different people are ranking anything in different spots. There's a lot of shows where people will say, oh, this was really good. But it's like every single person will be like, oh, season 5 was bad. If you ignore season 5 was great, or everyone's always coming up with the same ranking, that's a sign, that the show was, even if it was good, maybe it was a little inconsistent or had some real moments. But the sign of a show that's very, very consistent is you just talk to fans and everyone's giving you a different order. So that's a great sign, that how consistent the quality of the show is, where everyone just has like a different order of the rankings. Do you think that Kenny is still mad at Robbie? It's possible. I think the one thing, that's not fully resolved is Kenny, Robbie, and Kenny Anthony going forward. Kenny may have left Cobra Kai. And maybe he feels like, maybe going forward, he'll realize he ended up kind of reversing and being kind of bad to Anthony. But this is I think that's one section of the kids that's not fully resolved yet. Could have another son. Yeah, it is possible. It's physically, impossible for Johnny to have anything other than a son. He can only have sons. He's so manly. He only produces sons. That would make sense. That's true. Actually, Roundtable, very good point. I do think Kim Da-eun is looking for Kreese, and Tory isn't going to want to be with her. And Kim Da-eun seemed to doubt Tory, so that's going to go two ways. That's actually a very good point, Roundtable. Do you think Silver is dying? I really don't. I'm trying to write my Terry Silver video, and I'll bring it up. But, Terry Silver doesn't actually act like he's dying. Like a severe illness, usually if you're dying, it's affecting your health. But Silver is a super fighter karate man. It's definitely not affecting his health. Honestly, I think they were writing it as he is just getting old. But admittedly, there's a few things, in there that are a little questionable. Going back to season 4, like where the chef says, "Should I call the doctor?" Like, it is a little odd when Silver doesn't want to have breakfast. The writer Michael Jonathan Smith was interviewed on Cobra Kai Companion, partially by Brianna, but they didn't ask him, so we don't know. That never came up. So it is kind of an interesting moment. Super chat doesn't know. There's only been one, and I did answer it. What are you talking about? Flashback a younger Terry. I don't think they're gonna do that. It's interesting, but we got that info in the flashback in season 4 with the tattoos. We got that info, with the tattoos. So let's move on. I don't think she will stay with Kreese. Yeah, especially if Kreese ends up being with Kim Da-eun. Raymond farts in silver. Oh, man. Oh, do you think Robbie's mom will get jealous? Jealous of Johnny? Or do you mean Carmen? The answer is no. But either one. Actually, Shannon and Johnny are in good terms. Actually, and that's something kind of below the radar, but I think season 5 showed us Shannon's very well adjusted now and is in a much better spot too. So Shannon had her little progress in the story. Seen plenty of people ranks. Season 3 sucks. Season 3 best. But that's the same. Like I'm talking about that. That's a sign of very consistency. Is when everyone in the fandom has a different opinion. Like if there was just like this universal agreement, like season such and such was the worst and season such and such is the best. Then you could see like, well, sometimes they missed, but the fact that everyone has a different opinion, like, or you just see so many different, rankings or something, is a sign that, really is pretty consistent. 3 times Kreese fakes his death. Yeah, it's kind of become a thing. For whatever I thought was going to happen, I didn't think that was going to happen, but it's definitely just kind of almost become a in-universe joke. Sato angry at Kim Sun-young. I guess if it's like an idea about the purity of like what martial arts is supposed to be, especially if you're coming from the Miyagi-Do teachings, which Sato did. That martial arts, based on deception, no honor, no mercy. Even Sato wouldn't approve of that, even though he did seem to lean into the more aggressive side of Miyagi-Do. Are they reading too much into it? I do. I don't necessarily think it was intended by the writers. I think the idea was always they were just trying to show Silver was an older man. And the key line in season 4 is when he's talking to Kreese and he's like, "No, we're the old men." But it's fun and, fandom's gonna fandom. I'll bring it up in my Silver video. But, people get excited. But like I said, like terminal illness, usually, it's hard to be a badass master karate fighter. Like if you're getting chemotherapy or something, like stuff really takes you out, there's also the idea of legacy. That's very important to Silver. But, that's again the idea of like an older man. He didn't have kids and wants to cement his legacy. There's a lot of ideas there. It doesn't necessarily mean terminal illness. No, there's no relation. Guys, that's a joke in episode 6 for her to just get in as a cover to get in to see Kreese in jail. So Sato probably hated Kim Sun-young. No honor, yeah. Well, and that's what you get in the scene where they're talking about it. He could be on the board. There could be a lot of reasons. Who knows? And it also just plays into how Terry Silver's presented over the course of the season. Terry Silver is like, he's just always there, and it's creepy and it's unnerving, and like, was there a good reason? So yeah, I mean, I think they were just playing it into that, and it's story wise, like in a emotional, like it's like Johnny and Carmen are having this nice moment. They're kind of connecting, and then in walks Terry Silver, and it changes the mood, it changes the vibe, and as audience, as filmmaking, it shifts the vibe. So, what's the reason? We don't know. But like the reason filmmaking is to create this scary moment, and then like Silver's like, I forget the exact line, but how do you know about the kid? He's like, I don't know. What are you talking about? Silver didn't know. Wizened Sage, thank you. What do you think the spinoff ideas are? Thank you for the super chat, Wizened. I'll call you Wizened. I think there's a good likelihood of the Miyagi spinoff is probably the most likely. Because I think there's a lot of ground to cover with that. What do you think the spinoff ideas are? But I don't know. Like, I don't think there would be any spinoff with like the current cast. As much as people would love a Louis and Anush spinoff, like, I don't think they're going to do that. Or, like I think people have also talked to like a Hawk and Dimitri spinoff. Binary Brothers or something. Yeah, I don't think there's like anything with the current cast, which is why it brings us back to the original characters and something in the past. It's specifically, that Sato, man, like if like that Sato was prelude to some sort of spinoff that would include him, I would be all for it. That flashback in episode 2. Really good, but yeah. So that's why I think it's not anyone concerning the current cast as much as we love them. I just think that's not really fertile ground for a spinoff, if that makes any sense. So I think like something with Miyagi, that Sato was amazing. If there's a spinoff that includes that actor, I don't remember his name, but like, wow, that was great. Until the flashback. Yeah, I knew it was her because it came out that Robin Lively was at the premiere. I recognized her and knew it. Like, although I was completely shocked when she showed up, like as Amanda's cousin. Like I didn't know what to say. Like, oh my god. Yeah, there's a lot of evidence that points. I think it's a lot of like circumstantial with like leaps in logic, just sort of combining things. Sometimes, like I said, like, Silver shows up in the hospital. Well, there's a real filmmaking reason for that. Like it's a really scary and intense scene, and he walks on the elevator right after Johnny and Carmen have this nice little moment with the baby. So, you can make up whatever you want, but For a guy who's apparently has a terminal illness, he fights really well. He's full power. Devin, thank you for coming in. What did I miss? Not much, just a little season 5 talk. I'm behind on chat again. Woo, there's a lot going. Do you think Kim Daeun is redeemable? Yeah. I don't know. We haven't gotten to that point yet, so I have to see what they do with her next season and just what it is, But at the moment, she's just very committed to her family's style. Like you understand that. It's very important to her. Why was he there? I mean, I'm going to give you like the real reason. He was there because it makes a really intense scene for the show. It's a scary scene. Silver throughout season 5, Silver keeps showing up out of nowhere, right? Like and it's just like, and it's this almost paranoid feeling we're getting, especially with Daniel. He keeps showing up. It's a scary scene when Johnny and Carmen are having this moment, a new baby, and then Silver walks in, right? Like, so like that's your reason, because it makes a really good scene. Now going through backstory, and it's like we have that scene. I don't know, maybe he's on the board, or maybe he's checking in on someone. I don't know, someone from the Fist. I don't know, but like, sometimes you don't really worry about like the backstory as to why he was there. Because as for writers, they're thinking this is a great scene, and it plays in with the idea that Silver is everywhere. Why was he at the country club, right? Why he was at the country club for the same reason he was at the hospital. He was at the charity auction for the same reason he was at the hospital, because it's freaking scary. It's spooky. But nothing wrong with the fan theory. Certainly you can predict it. I don't necessarily think that's what the writers were thinking. Like, haha. What role Kreese playing in 6? A bit of a wild card. Yeah, the biggest catch about Kreese is that, he escaped from jail, so he's kind of like on the run. Does he leave the country? Is he able to get out of the country with Kim Daeun? Maybe. That would be interesting if they go to South Korea. Otherwise, I just don't know. Hayden said, guns blazing. So whatever's gun blazing. Is it possible? Yeah, it's possible. Assuming Kumiko's into Chosen too. I think there's a good chance we go back to Okinawa next season. So, hopefully we'll get a little of them if we go back to Okinawa too. How do you think season 6 will start? Hold off on that, Mohammed. We'll get to that when I get to the Q&A, because I think it ties into something I had asked John that John did answer. So just hold off on that one. Louis and a new shot couple with nice. Yeah, I don't disagree, which is to say I agree. I think a lot of people are pulling for that. All right, I'm gonna try catch up. How are we going? 30 minutes. I'm gonna try to catch up on some chat. May not be Sensei again. Yeah, well, it's hard for him to be a Sensei while he's on the run. Monster Trucks Live. Woo. Chosen has always been cute. Peter from Cobra Kai Companion. By the way, guys, episode 1 recap should be coming soon. So be on the lookout for your favorite Cobra Kai podcast. Nobody beats Mr. Miyagi. Well, that's true. Yeah. And by the way, Brianna pretty much called what Jessica's role would be right when we saw Robin Lively. So that was a great call. That Jessica knows about Terry Silver. Didn't quite know about the connection to Amanda, but still a very good immediate connection there. Think there will be a time jump? No, I don't think they're doing time jumps. Honestly, like I have in the back of my head, they're gonna wrap up this whole show in story time right before or right around when the COVID lockdowns start. If there's 2 more seasons, there's like 2 more seasons. This is difficult, and don't worry about time in the Miyagi-verse, but they're in 2019. I think like the show wraps up around March 2020 or something. Like, and they could like even make it into a joke or something at the end. We'll see. Between the elevator scene versus Johnny and Daniel. You mean their elevator scene? Yeah. I even looked back and compared them. Let's see. Becomes a Miyagi-Do or Eagle Fang Sensei. The idea of Mike Barnes as a sensei. Whew, that is a fun thing. Watching the Browns win again. Hayden would like you. Hayden and his brother Evan are big Cleveland Browns fans. Is Tang Sudo a better style? No. Different. The most we can say. Terry Silver can teleport. Who they're still students. Yeah, theoretically there are a whole valley of full dojos, but if Silver's gone anyway, we'll see what happens. Absolutely terrifying. Yeah. Hold on. I'm behind on chat. Let me try to. I'm just gonna skip some chat, guys. If I miss yours, I apologize. You can always repost it if it looks like I skipped it. Wait a few minutes. But Jean-Claude Van Damme, funny, but I don't think that he's gonna be the big baddie. Kim Sun-young can beat Miyagi. Hayden actually said Kim Sun-young was the second best fighter after Miyagi. But there you go. And expecting a kid. I don't know if they'll go that far, but I do like them together. It was a happy surprise. Since I confirmed it was someone who was able to read it. Oh, okay. Sensei. Yeah, I mean that would make sense then. I guess he had a son. I think if that's what you're asking, Kim Daeun's father was the son of Kim Sun-young. I think that's what you're asking. Something more sinister for something more meaner and partner with Kreese, but no. Yeah. But I don't know about more sinister, but definitely bigger season 6. Hold on. Zibble Mibble is here. Is Kreese going to change his name and become a sensei under an assumed identity? I guess if he can fake his death, can he change his name and it works? Maybe he puts on glasses like Clark Kent. Probably not, but we'll see. Funny idea. Partner with Miguel's dad and recruit Sean when he gets out of juvie. No to all of that. I don't, people ask me every live stream, is Sean coming back and joining? I don't think so. I always say it's Kenny's story, really, not Sean's. If he's back, it's just like a 1-episode one-off. And it's really unclear if Miguel's dad's going to be back. It's just, I feel like it's written in a way, if that's it for Miguel's dad, then that story's done. Maybe there's a way he comes back, depending on how they write the next couple seasons. But I guess it's writer's choice now. Certainly the story could be done or it could come back, but there's nothing about the two of them. Melissa, thank you for coming in. Yeah, the Cobra Kai universe is still in 2019. That is correct. That is correct, yeah. How was Mike knocked out that long? Mostly just because the show needed him to be. I mean, that's essentially it. I tend to think maybe Sean Kanan wasn't available for a long, extensive fight scene. So, if he's only there for like one day, have him knock out. Or, they wanted it to be mostly Johnny's fight. So, it's a moment for Johnny. He wins. You guys are, let's see. Hold on. You said they're on the same level. No, Hayden said Miyagi's top. Kaijo shows Waku reaction in the Baby Chosen flashback. He was wondering. I like that you call it Baby Chosen. I call it Young Chosen. He's not a baby. He's young. Young Chosen. He was wondering why a man from Okinawa. Hekayata accidentally translated the rules. Scrolls. Interesting. Stabbed her. The detective thought Kreese had died. So now going into season 6, Johnny and Daniel think Kreese died. Yeah. The other students, it was on YouTube. And you guys know YouTube is the place for all information, especially if you're subscribed to Watch Party. Probably starting out as allies if they become friends like Sam and Tory. It's a long way to go. Maybe I'll talk about that more in a video eventually, but they didn't they found some common ground and a common goal, so that's what happened. She double flipped Evan and Tori. Yeah, definitely I would say the best female fighter. We haven't had Julie Pierce back, but yeah, definitely really great, and I think it's a character with a lot of potential and will be a major part of season 6. So definitely, I think season 6 is kind of like where she really gets developed, especially. So I'm really looking forward to where that goes next. No, Mr. Han is not in the Miyagi verse. Mike teach Sean. I don't. Guys, remember Sean is like big and strong. He doesn't need to like learn karate. That was part of the whole point of his character. He doesn't need a dojo. In his mind, he doesn't need that. So I don't think Kenny will ever join Eagle Fang. Yeah, maybe not. We don't know what the status of the dojo is either. Anyway. Kyler going? That's a good question. Where does Kyler go from here? He's been a bully and lost a fight to pretty much every character now. I think Sam and Tory definitely had a common goal. I don't know if I would call it made up, but they were able to work together on a common goal. So you're too overpowered. Yeah, that makes sense. Where am I? Oh, boy, I'm way behind on chat. Melissa, do you think Kim's students for the next tournament, each one? I definitely think it's possible. I don't know how they're going to do this. Is she staying in the Valley, or is she going to bring in her dojo from South Korea? We do know she has a dojo with a lot of advanced students and senseis. Maybe, but then how many people in the fandom thought Kreese was dead? Ahem. Ahem. So, maybe I think they will think it. Why didn't Kreese just get his own lawyer after he was bait and switched by Daniel and Johnny? It's not like Daniel's lawyer was the only one who could have helped him. I think the idea is Kreese didn't have money for a lawyer. He was still just scrapping by. So I don't think he had money for his own lawyer, and that was part of what he complained. And besides, what happens if the lawyer you get is Daniel's greasy cousin? Some guy named Vinny. Yeah, guys, don't spam the chat. It's here for everyone. We're just meant to hang out. How would the All Valley Tournament function church own 90% of all the schools? He would probably win. Cobra Kai would win, right? Probably each individual school would enter as its own separate dojo, so it's not like they're one massive thing. So it's basically just Cobra Kai versus Cobra Kai. May the best Cobra Kai win. I don't think like Anthony's going back to vicious bullying, if that's what you're saying. I think this story is going to go in a different direction. Let me try and catch up. Yeah, Anthony was there. Obviously, the story's just so big, it was hard to get more of him. One thing I really would have liked that we didn't see is like when Sam's like, "I'll train you." I would have liked to see Sam train Anthony, but I guess you can only fit so much in. I feel like it's like a setup without a payoff. But so it's okay. But yeah, I would have liked to see, like, I really like that moment between Sam and Anthony. I like the stuff between Sam and Anthony. I thought it's all really good. And I would have liked to see her training Anthony a little. But you can only get so much, so it's okay. It's called a public defender. Plus, we know what kind of money Kreese has. He had a dojo. He might have some money. Yeah. But, yeah, well. He had some money, but maybe not enough money. Shit is too overpowered. Season 5 was amazing, yeah. You mean her dojo in South Korea? Presumably she has a whole staff of awesome senseis. She even said these are, like, she brought the senseis with her, but like that wasn't even all of them. So she is very well established in South Korea with maybe even multiple dojos and multiple senseis and staff who were running it while in her absence. Well, I mean, I don't know about infuriating, but I get the idea. But I think, like, story wise, scene wise, they just needed Mike Barnes to kind of be out of the fight for some reason. Let's see. First, how upset I was at that. I need to go back. I listened to some of your season 10. I listened to like the crane kick part of it, but I need to go back and listen to that part of it. It sounds like fun. I think maybe I'll capture it and remind you of it in the future at various points. I didn't think he died. Like I didn't. I was like questioning the whole thing because even though I got so many quote unquote leaks, Kreese dies, Kreese dies, Kreese dies. Like I was just thinking to myself, that doesn't seem right. Like just at the beginning of the episode, a random prison fight, it didn't seem right. So I was just confused. Take that video to the All Valley board. Yeah. Stingray line this season. Woo! Daniel LaRusso, come with me if you want to live. Straight out of an 80s movie. Very Stingray, very, very cool for the moment. I like Stingray for the comedy. Melissa, you're asking a valuable chess player. I don't know what you mean. Like, I assume you don't mean chess literally, but like you mean like manipulating the situations. I don't have an answer for you. I don't know. She's definitely trained in the style of her family, so she can do something. We'll see more. We're going to get a lot more about Sensei Kim next season, I think. It's a great way for the show to expand. Oh, interesting. I don't even remember that line. But Sam and Devin really have no connection at all. I think that the Devin Tory connection is a little more interesting, that you would like to see sort of that mentorship. But we'll see, maybe if all three girls there are on the same side. Snacks, women in a roof. Yeah. Favorite moment of season 5? I think Daniel's crane kick. Daniel's last fight with Silver. It's about as a high point finale as you can get. It's pretty much everything I think you watch the show for. It's certainly what I watched the show for. So. Yeah. I think I'm gonna be taking mine and reposting them, but while the first 5 episodes are up there, and will stay up there, and I'll break it down. But I'm gonna re-release them, but it's gonna be for channel members. I told the channel members I would make it for them as sort of a special, and then I'll do commentaries. It won't be live reaction, but it'll be commentaries for episodes 6 through 10, and that'll be special for channel members. Let's see. Let me get. Now that Kreese broke out, you think he can clear his name, figure out how he was framed, to prevent himself? Well, on some level, if we believe Stingray's testimony, his name has already been cleared. The problem is he broke out of jail, which isn't exactly a good thing because now you broke out. I think Hayden or someone mentioned that Stingray isn't the most reliable. So, which is true. So we'll see what happens. So I think Kreese is still on the run from the law. Let's cover some of John's Q&A, guys. I'll try to go back and forth. I know you guys got a lot of questions. I know I skipped some, but let's go ahead and cover some of John's Q&A. Because there is a lot, fair bit to cover. So let's see. Q&A to celebrate. So let's just go up in order here. What are your thoughts on? People are so into this series, dying from it. He survived the battle with Chosen. I'm starting to wonder if he's immortal. Yeah. So I think in my own mind, I think this is like the idea that Silver's dying from an illness isn't something they necessarily thought. They were just trying to portray him as an older guy. But this is kind of like a non-answer answer. He deflects it. Maybe he's immortal. But what are your thoughts? Well, he wrote it. Like, I think a better worded question would be: were you intending to portray Silver as dying from an illness? Because then that's a yes/no question. It's harder for him to wiggle out of it. Word your questions better. But was your intention to portray Silver as dying from an illness? So I don't think so, but I don't think that was their intent. I think you can take it as a fan if you want. There's nothing stopping you. And he did survive it, but he won a fight with Chosen. He didn't just survive it. He beat Chosen. Boom, boom. So let's move on. Will we see the other kids' parents other than Sam, Anthony, Robbie, Miguel? In the writer's room, we've explored some fun stories involving parents of the teens. We even know who we'd cast for some. Most haven't made it because of veer too far from the central story. Yeah. So it's just the sort of thing like, they've thought this through. They have ideas, but the show is so packed as it is already. Yeah. Sometimes it's just hard to drop that in, the show. So, do you see a path of redemption for Silver? Is that a possibility, or has he gone too far? Why would he need to be redeemed? Silver was just trying to help kids find success using the same tactics that helped him. Starting to think he may be misunderstood. I think that's a good way to look at it. Silver was only ever trying to help kids, and maybe he did help some kids, help kids grow strong, help them become better of themselves. So, don't know what's happening with Silver next. He may not be gone completely. I think Hayden said he's off the board karate wise, but definitely. And I always said I thought like Silver had his redemption, or if you want to look at it that way, at the beginning of episode or season 4. He's living a different life. He's a vegan, for crying out loud. Robbie and Tori's were planned early on. Robbie and Tori's relationship wasn't something we knew for certain was coming when we created Tori, but it was always a possibility. As the characters came to life and story unfolded in the writer's room, we got more and more excited about this pairing. Yeah, I would agree. That's agree, but like I felt like it was something like I wasn't sure of. Back in season 2, people were saying, "Oh, I think," but I was never sure of it. But then when we first see them together, like in season 3, even my first reaction was, wow, that's actually better than I thought. I think it works because I think Peyton and Tanner just play it really well, and then work together well. So it does work. Sometimes it just, you aren't sure of something, but the actors nail it so well, it just kind of even goes that way more so. I loved Ralph Macchio, Zapka watching and commenting Daniel's fight with Silver. Any chance we get episode commentaries or a podcast where we can line up with the episode's insights? We'd love to do a podcast discussing each episode after the series wraps. Hopefully we'll be able to find time to make it happen. Interesting. So I guess that's a no on episode commentaries. I would have liked episode commentaries. I think they're like a lost beauty. I don't know. I used to love episode commentaries, director commentaries. But a podcast is interesting. We'll see what happens. The Cobra Kai creators, I think I called it with a K. Okay, yeah, this new movie. Is it real? The guys and I would love to make Karate Kid and Cobra Kai movies and hope to someday. Hope to. So it is something they're thinking about. This one isn't from us or focused on the Cobra Kai cast. Don't know much about it, but wish it well. So that's, the most important line. It's basically not a part of them. So my initial reaction to this when we first even heard about this is I strongly suspected what happened is there's probably a writer out there who wrote a script kind of inspired by the Karate Kid, but like with a twist, right? Because that's what you do. You take something so it's like Karate Kid with a twist, like the kid is teaching the older stuff, which I think is the plot. Wrote a script, with inspired by that, or pitched it like that. A producer bought up the script, optioned the script, whatever, and then the producer's like, you know what? Maybe for marketing reasons, let's just call it the Karate. Instead of saying it's like a different property inspired by it, let's just call it the Karate Kid. It's a remake or whatever. We'll pitch it to Sony as a remake. So like the producer's going to Sony, maybe got some people at Sony to be like sign on to it or at least temporarily agree to it. And now is trying to get it made. And I think a lot of it is like maybe like there's just like a producer trying to get this movie made and is like leaking, quote unquote, leaking it to media. Oh, there's a Karate Kid remake in the works or something, or a return to the original, when it actually has absolutely nothing to do with the original. But like it always to me feels more like it's just some Hollywood producer who got a script and is trying to get a script made. Because that's what they do. So, and that's essentially what it looks like. I don't really know what Sony's thinking. Maybe it does well. Who knows? But like, I would strongly suspect that this story or something didn't start as a Karate Kid remake. I think it just started, someone writing something else. That's exactly what they did with the first reboot nonsense, and the one is also same plot in reverse. Yeah. It's a cash grab. Yeah. Something along that lines, yeah. So no reason to be excited by it, I think. At least not now. Whatever. Return to the it just sounds like the way they announced it, it just sounds like stupid marketing, like someone trying to build enthusiasm for his movie or something like that. This season you guys used the de-aging young Billy. Can we expect an appearance of young Ralph? I feel like we already have young Ralph. Yeah. I completely agree with John on this one. In fact, I'm amazed somebody even asked the question, what do you mean DH Ralph? You can't. What are you going to make him a baby? They're going to DH. Ooh, I should make that meme. We after de-aging, the deepfake Billy, we're going to de-age Ralph. And then he put up the picture of the ultrasound, which is basically what you would get. Like, how do you de-age Ralph Macchio? He hasn't aged a day. Come on. And him more for the Fallen Flats. Set to Boys to Men. Feels like the right thing to do it. Oh, funny. Congrats with Barnes. Did you always have in the back of your mind he would be a good guy after the events? We've seen various legacy characters return and want each of them to feel unique. Love the idea of Daniel's most morally bankrupt young rival turning things around in the aftermath. Sometimes it all takes is the right mentor. Yeah. And for those of you who were following before season 5 here, this is what I always kind of was predicting with Barnes. I've been saying something with Barnes, something different than Johnny and Chosen. Johnny and Chosen lost to Daniel, and that kind of moment defined their whole life, and they were struggling to make it better. I said with Barnes, maybe something different, something he went on to be very successful in some way. Now, obviously, I didn't predict furniture store. In fact, I thought maybe he would stick with fighting or karate. But like something different than Johnny and Chosen. So I am happy. Like essentially, I got the general idea right. You can't predict furniture store owner, but something that like went on to be pretty successful. Something different than what we've seen so far. This is Amy going under Sabrina Obscura. Is there a line the writers won't cross as far as Johnny Lawrence's dumbness? It physically hurt to watch him almost give out his social. Johnny is parts Homer Simpson, Archie Bunker. If we believe he's legitimately dumb or ignorant enough to do or say something, it's fair game. There you go. What can you tell me about Hilary Swank and Cobra Kai series? I can tell you Hilary Swank is one of America's finest actors. We'd be very lucky to have her join the dojo. So we'll see. I think season 6 is very possible. We'll see. We need someone to counter Kim Daeun, and Cobra Kai is kind of going global. So. What are we? Okay. From someone deleted their account. I don't know. I think this is a Twitter thing, but I think he's. I don't know. I don't know what this was. Did Chosen pay or did Bad Boy go and sold at the normal price at $1,300? Chosen got off light at $2,000 as long as he didn't have to pay for the hikes in medical insurance for premiums for Barnes employees. Yeah. I think Daniel bought the couch anyway. Because Daniel, it was for Daniel's guest room or whatever. Come on. Chosen agreed to $3,000 because Daniel was paying. Kenny and Robbie's relationship, only what you've seen on screen, looking forward. Yeah, I think this is one, like I said earlier, one spot where there's more to go. Kenny and Robbie, Kenny and Anthony, where a lot of the rivalries and stuff has been resolved by now. I think there's a little more to go for the stuff with Kenny. This is me. Ralph talked about scenes that shot that would be for season 6. Were these always intended for 6, or were they intended for 5 but got cut with the possibility of being used later? We did not shoot any scenes explicitly written for season 6. Occasionally we'll film material that gets cut and could be used in the future. I'd imagine that's what Ralph was talking about. Okay, so this is to whoever was asking about like how season 6 would open. I think what happened is there was a lot more to the ending scenes that they shot and probably got cut. We know like Johnny proposed to Carmen. Carmen has a ring now. I think it's regards. It's why I don't think there's necessarily like a time jump or something in season 6. So I think there's more at that ending. It could be theoretically, maybe Daniel and Johnny and all them get arrested too for, breaking in, attacking and everything, which they did. So I think like maybe they shot that stuff for season 5, cut it, cause to end on an upbeat rather than like all of them getting arrested too. Something like that. So I think that's what happened. And, Ralph was talking about stuff that they shot that would be in season 6. And it was intended for 5. Notice the wording of the question. So I like, rather just asking like, is it true you shot stuff for next season or something? Or what is it? Like, that's the thing. Like, you don't want to ask like, oh, Ralph said there's stuff shot for season 6. What is it? Like, well, he's not going to answer that. But like, if you can ask, where was it intended? Notice the wording of this brilliant question. Like, was it intended for 6 or was it intended for 5? So we know it was intended for 5. So it's not like something way out there. It's something probably from a scene or something we've already seen. It just got cut back. The dojo door was open. Well, yeah. No, it was open. That's true. Johnny and Chosen and Barnes, though, at Terry's house. Yeah, we'll see if they want to go that route. Because I was wondering maybe like season 5 was just going to end with like everyone getting arrested for everything, like the police saying screw it, we're just going to arrest everyone. But they didn't want to end on that note, so they cut it. But like that makes sense. Like it could be something they wrote for season 5, changed their mind, ended it the way they did, but now they have that stuff shot that they can open season 6 with it. So and like that's why I worded the question like that. It was intended for season 5. But maybe it can be used for 6. So they didn't write anything explicitly for 6. Yeah. Have a good night. I know you're in Europe. So, what's going on? Oh, where was Piper? Hopefully having an incident-free summer at gymnastics camp. Oh, from the Karate Wars. Kind of a non-answer. Honestly, I think that what's up with Piper is they didn't want another girl in the dojo, like character, because they wanted it Tory and then Tory and Devin, and just like throwing Piper in there would kind of like mess it up a little bit. I think it's just like a writing thing, and trying to keep stuff focused. They're trying hard to just be very narrow focused because they have so much going on. So like you can imagine she was at another Cobra Kai dojo or gymnastics camp or something. It's not like they're writing her out, but they're just trying to keep the writing focused. Cobra Kai World, hello. Thank you for coming in. Did Tig already know how to use a sword, or you learned from the show? While filming season 4, Thomasine Griffith let it slip he was pretty damn good with a sword. The seed was planted then. Oh, man. So great. So great. Yeah, that was a great moment. And the Silver with the sword and Chosen with the size. Damn. Thomasine Griffith, man. He's multi-talented. Forget the singing. What are they, like singing, dancing, acting, or it's a triple threat, singing, dancing. No, forget this. Like he's like the karate, the piano playing, the sword fighting, the acting, the writing too. Boy, Thomasine Griffith, man, pretty amazing. Great stuff. How many cast members are voicing? He doesn't know. But a bunch of them are voice acting in the video game. This is about the video game. It's going to be awesome. I don't have a video game system. I probably won't play it. I did like watch, streams of some other people playing and stuff. So if you're into video games, I think they put out a trailer or something. So looks it'll be fun. Reason to get excited. On Friday, you mean? Yeah, I think I am gonna. I want to do maybe at least for this month. More than just the Sunday streams. We'll see something like I was thinking like Wednesday or some other day of the week. We'll see. Sex double threat at this point. Yeah, he really is. Yeah, multi-talented. I totally agree. Like it's just like, whoo, boy, and I love that they're just taking advantage of everything in this series. So I really hope we'll get more Terry Silver for sure. This is the same guy who deleted, like, who just go, like, asks a couple questions and goes and deletes, like, literally deletes their account. Prison fight scene is one of my favorites. Yeah, totally agree. I don't know what the question was, but Baron Carnahan is great as young Kreese. Chosen watching 90 Day Fiancé. What other shows would you like? I've never heard of this show. I can't say I'm familiar with it. We almost had him watching Bold and Beautiful. Shina is romantic. Yeah, I think it was ultimately a good decision. Whatever it is, you know, you see like this like, oh, it's good. Good stuff. Yeah, very good stuff. You know, I don't know what that show is, but I liked it. Never stop giving up, or whatever the line was that he says. You see Chosen's heart a little bit. I have a question. How do you keep the latest season better than the last? Definitely, that seems like takes each season as a new challenge. It's our All Valley. We train hard. Yeah, definitely just a lot of talent and really put it out there. But yeah, really true. Okay, I think that's it. Oh, wait, hold on. Stingray explains the kids. It's one of the best scenes of the whole show. It's also one of the saddest. Paul Walter Hauser brings the goods. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. A lot of people like that scene. I even posted a meme comparing Stingray to Eddie Munson from Stranger Things. Everyone sided with Eddie, but which I would too, honestly. But still a good moment. It'd be fascinating, but come on, this show's too packed for like a trial. But could be fan fiction. If you want to write the trial as fan fiction, I think you got a topic there. Are there any more rivalries happening? What can a new season be about? As Kreese once said, war never ends. Peace is just the lull between battles. Very well said. Very good moment. Are you a fan of Next Karate Kid? Hayden and I watched Next Karate Kid in Spanish instead of going out to a bar with friends. We don't speak Spanish. So, yeah. What he's saying here is, yes, we are fans of the Next Karate Kid. I forget, if you have like cable TV, there was always like a Spanish network that had like all these awesome movies you wanted to watch, but they were in Spanish. You're like, oh, damn it. I'm certain that's what happened. Like, I couldn't even imagine how it came up for them. Daniel on Raymond's floor and him in bed with Amanda taking up. Well, okay. Well, up next, you finish that one, and then there's another one. You can get to the trial. Love how universe keeps expanding. Were there any other ideas to incorporate Jessica Andrews in the mix? Whereas we wanted to bring Jessica back, had to be the right moment. It emerged in breaking season 5. Who better to give perspective on Daniel's trauma than the person who was right there with him? Yeah, definitely true. Yeah, it worked out. It worked out even better than I would have imagined. I always questioned how does Jessica come back? It didn't make any sense. But we got the backstory. You know, Amanda's from Ohio, and Jessica actually introduced her to Daniel. Kind of like a nice backstory that fits better than you would have imagined. Oh, I missed this tweet. Okay, so he's done. All right, so that's it. But so we went through, saw everything Hurwitz had to say here. Chosen, apparently that is not Yuji, that butt double. Yeah, Yuji had a butt double. That wasn't Yuji, which I just learned. And you will learn when you listen to the Cobra Kai Companion episode 1 recap coming out soon. Gaming HQ says, say my name. I don't know. Did Miguel win when he got kicked off the banister at the school? I don't know. That's questionable. But yeah, apparently it was. I just learned that too. But you will learn when you listen to Cobra Kai Companion. It'll be out soon. Miguel is the best. What if Silver had a kid? His grandson comes to his whatever. Well, he ultimately didn't. You know, and that's part of Silver's story. So. Would he get in trouble? Maybe. You know, we'll see how they wrap all that up. But like I said, I do think that's partially what they shot for season 5 that got cut. Sort of a lot more of that sort of after the fight stuff. How many seasons? I'm thinking that they're thinking 7. That's just my guess, but we'll see. Yeah, season 6, like we said, December 2023 is probably the earliest. It just depends, like I've said, on how they balance writing the new season with post-production on Obliterated. I don't know. Can they do them at the same time? You know, we'll see what they. It also comes down to a little bit on what Netflix wants. Like I said, so one thing we did learn is season 5. Netflix decided they wanted on their schedule season 5 September of this year. Right now, that was like early last summer. So you know, Netflix is like looking at the schedule over a year in advance. And planning that. So it was early last summer. Netflix was looking at their schedule. We need something around September of 2022. Guys, we want Cobra Kai. Get started on it. Like, go. And that's what happened. So, you know, it's going to decide on Netflix when they want to put it in. You know, I always say, like, you don't know how they decide their schedule. We're just going to have to see. Peak Miguel. Peak Miguel, yeah. Peak Johnny, Peak Miguel. My favorite season is still season 1. It's about as near perfect of a season as you could get. It was really good. Kind of special, you know, but we'll see. Is as likable as ever? Yeah, I definitely, you know, Miguel is one of the most popular characters. Why would they cut? You know, I think for time and just like to keep the beats going, like the flow of the episode. You know, it just has sort of a flow of the episode, like a proposal, kind of just sends it emotionally in a different direction. You know, we'll see if they keep it in there in season 2 or season 6. Thank you, Salbit. Have a nice sleep. Season 3 Peacock. Yeah. Opinions on Anthony LaRusso. A great character. I definitely think there's more to come with him and Kenny. I like his stuff with him and Sam. I wish there was more of it, but you know, you can only get so much. So, very well performed too. Griffin's very good. All right, guys, I'm going to take off. I got to work on a Terry Silver video for you. A lot more coming. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you check out the videos. There's a lot more coming. I want to do at least maybe one more live stream this week. I think I want to do more live streams at least this month. You know, just look out for when it comes. You know, I don't know if I'll be able to announce it beforehand, but definitely a lot. Had his least comedic season. Yeah, you may be right. I'm not going to change your mind. I think you're maybe right. I'll have to think it through. He had great moments, like in Mexico and stuff, but we'll see. So yeah, I will try to do more. I want to just keep it going. Videos coming, my live streams. So be sure you're around for all of it. And Cobra Kai Companion. I will be hosting with Peter on the episode recaps of season 5, and the first one should be out soon. So that's a podcast. I think he's going to be uploading it to YouTube as well. So however you want to watch or listen to that. So thank you, Brianna. Hit the like.